If you guys have been following my channel for the last year, you might know that we have been slowly working through renovating our house, and we've gone through the living room as well as part of the basement. But what you might not know if you don't follow my second channel, which is my vlogging channel, is that our property came with another building. So separated from the house, we have a building that is actually much larger than our house. I think our house is roughly, I don't know, like 1,000 square feet, and the building is over 2,000 square feet. So it's much bigger than our house, and basically it's separated into a couple of different sections. Firstly, there's a small section, which is the shed. Secondly, there is a large section, which is the garage. But there's a section in between those two that wasn't really anything. Which brings us to the whole purpose of this video. I don't actually have any solid before videos of this part of the building, except for I did take some videos on my phone the day that we came to see the house, like the very first time we saw the house, like before we bought it, the first time we ever saw it. I do have some footage from us going in the building and looking at it, so I'm gonna show that to you guys so you guys can get an idea of where this place started. So that footage that you just saw was from August 2021. And now let's fast forward to July 2022. So Tyler kind of took this project on by himself. I helped here and there, but this was pretty much all him, and I was kind of just documenting the process. But he did do a lot of work while I wasn't around, while I was out camping with my friends or at my family's cottage or at the beach, whatever. This was all done over the summertime, so I was kind of all over the place, and Tyler was here working really hard on making this building look really cool. So the footage that I have is a little bit choppy because he did a lot of work while I wasn't around to film. So you'll just have to bear with me on that front. But fast forward to July 2022. So Tyler started off by ripping all the shelves down off of the wall. If you guys remember from the footage I just showed you how there was shelves, there was tons of stuff on it. Actually, this room was just filled with a bunch of junk. The previous owner did leave like a ton of stuff in there, so Tyler had to clean it all out. He got some stuff out of there, he got the stuff off of the shelves, and he ripped the shelves down and started working on the biggest wall. There's this like long like bar kind of table that Tyler decided to leave there. I think it was kind of used for like a workbench type thing, but he decided to leave that there and make that our bar. So he got some paneling and started putting it on the walls. He also got this metal stuff, I don't even know what it's called. Just he put some metal stuff up on the walls, and he started working on putting a mirror up on the wall. He actually got this mirror from the building. I think it was from a dresser. There was like a mirror on top of a dresser, and he put that on the wall and mounted it there and started making it look really cool. So while he was working on that side of the room, I took the liberty to shoot a couple of clips of the rest of the room so that you guys could kind of get the gist of what he was working with. There was a huge section of like ceiling that was missing, and the insulation was gone. There was still kind of like junk everywhere, and it was still kind of a huge mess, honestly. So he was kind of like working his way around, starting with the walls, which were this really gross, like dirty looking old chipboard that had been painted white, and it just wasn't the vibe. Like there was lots of like remnants from the shelves and like dirt and grossness, so he decided to cover that up with the paneling. So explain to me what you're doing right now.
Well, you see, I got these little pieces of wood paneling, and I'm nailing it unnecessarily to the wall. Just putting up paneling is what we're talking about.
Because that's
just old
chipboard, and it's kind of ugly.
So we're covering up the chipboard with rustic style paneling and roofing nails. Because that's just what we have. And it gives it a shitty kind of look, doesn't it?
I can see your car.
Nice. when you're hammering really light paneling, make sure you use a really heavy gauge unnecessary glue that you don't really need.
The counter that is in there used to be kind of like an L shape in the corner, but Tyler cut a section of the counter off so that we could fit a fridge in there. For some reason, when we got the house, there was 2 fridges in our kitchen, and we didn't want 2 fridges in our kitchen because we just thought it was kind of a waste of space. We didn't need 2 fridges. So instead of getting rid of it, he put it out in the building, and it just kind of sat there until this moment when he squeezed it in the shelves, and it kind of fit perfectly in there. He thought it would be awesome for when people come over and they wanted to put drinks in there, when we want to put food in there for parties.
Don't forget, your burger's done at 71.
What?
Don't forget, your burger's done at 71.
Okay.
Oh, looks good. Uh-oh.
What's happening?
No, it's like perfect. That is it.
Yeah, that's probably as far as it's gonna go.
That is it.
That's not bad.
Oh, it's like springing up against. Must be the.
It's the things in the back of the fridge.
Yes, it is.
I think that's fine. And to make these shelves around the fridge look a little bit nicer, instead of putting the paneling in behind them, Tyler took the leftover wood that he tore off from the shelves and made like little panels to go in the back of the shelf by the fridge. It just gave it this overall like rustic looking like kind of cabinet vibe versus like a random like shelf just stuck to the wall. And the next thing that he did was probably one of the coolest things that he did out there. We are musicians, and Tyler likes to have people over to jam sometimes, and he wanted this building to look like a bar, like a little venue that you'd have like little shows, like little coffee houses, you know, open mics with your friends kind of thing. So he wanted to build a little stage, which is where this footage is going to take you now.
Okay, we're making a stage here. That's it. Drum riser. Little stage. Yeah. So you could have like open mics and acoustic things. We're putting it here in the corner.
Shouldn't you fix that wall before you build a stage in front of it?
No, this doesn't matter because we're gonna. The stage will be its own thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yes, that's supposed to have insulation and be boarded in, which will happen.
Alright, let's do it. What's your first step?
I want to mark out some stuff.
Oh, so we need to draw it on the floor first.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of.
He opted for a rounded stage versus like a corner or hexagon stage, just because he thought it would be a really cool vibe, and also we didn't want any corners poking out that people were gonna trip on, and it honestly just looks so cool that it's round. So he took the time to map it out on the floor and frame it out of wood and everything like that, and then put the legs on.
We're gonna draw a circle.
This is like not against this line.
Okay, put it against that line then. Drag it. Yep. I'm gonna turn it with you. Oops, hold on.
Don't you think we should do this with a string?
Yep, but we don't have string.
Oh, I have string.
Let's go, come on. Don't use string.
I hope you're pointing this is where it needs to go because I don't know what I'm doing.
It's supposed to just line up with that, or be relatively close. Look like it's gonna line up.
Yep.
Okay, that's all we need. There you go. There's your stage. Done. That's what it's gonna look like. You like that size?
I think it's pretty decent. Especially, I mean, like if it's just like one guy and like.
I can see, like, looking at you here right now, standing on that, like in that, it looks like there's a lot of room. Looks like you could have 3 people there.
Well, you might.
If you move that, take that off.
There.
Stay right there.
All right, we got all our boards cut.
Boards are cut.
It's looking pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, so far. So far, so good.
I mean, that big hole in the wall is a bit of an eyesore, but
Yeah, we'll fix that.
what can you do?
We'll fix that.
It's starting to look like something real, though.
Yep. Starting to look like a stage.
So Tyler's been working on this for a little while.
For too long. That won't go in anymore.
He's got some extra boards going across here now. And, oh, masonite, that's what that's called, isn't it?
Yes.
I tried to remember what that was called to tell Ryan, like, because they were like, what's he doing for the curve part? And I couldn't remember. Anyway, so he's got like really thick masonite, like for the edge here.
What did you tell him?
I said it started with an M, but I couldn't remember what it was called.
Anyway.
And now he's just putting some legs on it so that when we flip it over, it'll be up.
Yeah! Okay, pull it up from the wall a little. Wow. Let's just leave it like that. That was cool. Yeah, it does. Okay. Just gonna do that slowly. Hasn't all fallen apart yet, has it?
Nope.
Okay, a little bit more. Step back. Better?
Doesn't actually seem too bad.
No, doesn't seem to be moving really at all. I mean, things are
They're a little wiggly.
kind of moving.
My elbow there. Jeez.
Sorry. Okay. Why I did this? What?
That leg right there is not even touching the floor.
See that?
No, that one, the one over. Look, it's like an inch above the
This
ground.
one isn't either. That's not right.
Neither is, I don't think the middle one is either. Are any of them?
Maybe none of them are. None of them are touching the ground, except for the end ones.
And that's actually where we're going to leave off today's video. I do have more footage of how the building turns out, so if you want to see that, make sure to watch for next week's video because I think it's pretty cool. And when we had my party there, if you guys surf on my vlog channel, if you go to my birthday party vlog, you'll actually already see it. I can link it in the description box below if you want to spoil the surprise for yourself. But if you want to see the whole process on how we finished the building and made it look like a little venue, our friend Ryan showed up to the party and said that it was so cool you could charge cover to get in there. So if you want to see how that happens, make sure to watch for the next video, and I will see you guys then.